Hi, you guys. Once again, it's your favorite knitter Shemaine here. I'm trying something new, something a little different. You see, I added a series name to this segment, which is gonna be the breakdowns, because I'm gonna do different shows and break down how I see them and how I see them going. Um, I'm working with my intro and everything else, hoping we can get it together and make this a fun format for all of us. Today, this video is a couple of days late. I was supposed to do it. Well, actually, I did it and it got deleted. Then I had to go back through and reboot my phone and everything. Whole other situation. So I'm gonna do the breakdown for Marriage Boot Camp. Love and Hip Hop edition, the Love and Hip Hop edition, and then later on I might do another video with grown folks foolishness again, making this another series about YouTube people on YouTube acting like children. So you guys leave a comment, share, subscribe, let me know what you think of the different things I'm going to try to make this work so we can all be together. Plus, do you still want to see my knitting projects that I complete or working on while we're going through this process? And Fridays, this will become a mukbang breakdown. I'll be mukbanging while I'm doing the breakdown. So forgive me for being a couple of days late and not mukbanging with this today. But from here on out on Fridays, this will be a mukbang day. Will be Friday along with the breakdown. So that's how we're going to try to work this out. So now, today we're going to talk about Love and Hip Hop Marriage Boot Camp on WeTV. Now this week it came on at 10 o'clock because Growing Up Hip Hop LA was on for 2 hours. That's when they talked about Angela Simmons and all that good stuff. So I didn't watch that one because it didn't really stoke my interest, but I did watch my Love and Hip Hop. So now as the show began, the first couple to show up to the reality boot camp was Tammy and Waka Flocka. They came there with Tammy still fussing about she can't trust Waka because of the stuff he done in the past. Waka thinks and feels that Tammy need to just get over it. I was a boy then, but I'm a man now. I knew I was just doing what I could get away with, and that's what I thought I was supposed to do. But he's grown and he's not doing it anymore. But Tammy, he hasn't told Tammy the whole truth, and she can't totally trust him until he tells the whole truth of everything he did. They were the first couple. The second couple was Little Mo and Carl. Little Mo and Carl came out in the car. They car tagged. She paid it all. Little Mo came in talking junk about Carl not being a provider. She don't respect him. If it wasn't for her, they wouldn't have nothing. Yada yada yada. Yet. And he a hoe and he a this and he a that. Now the next couple to come up. Hear what I say? Next couple to come up was Tiffany. And when Waka and Tammy, they knew she was on Love and Hip Hop LA, but they didn't know why she was there by herself. And she started explaining that her and Fizz had been broken up for 2 months, but he was supposed to be there. They were there to see if they can get their relationship back together. And as you know, us as black women, oh hell no, I wouldn't have shown up by myself. He better show up. He needs to be here. He wrong for this shit, yacht. And whatever. So that's what this was going on. This was starting to brew while they were in the parking lot in the driveway. The next couple to come up was Sean and Jessica, aka Dime Piece from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Now they don't have real problems, but they had the baby. They got engaged. She had the baby. Now that was 2 years ago, and they still haven't gotten married. And it seems to be, it's not Jessica, it's all Sean. And as the show went on for this episode, as the episode went on, it tells you, I'll explain later on in the episode, a little later. It tells why they're not married, but they both want the same thing. They want to marry each other, but it's a hang up about the wedding date because of personalities and how people thought he thought she was going, once he put an engagement ring on her finger and she had a baby, ratchet ghetto dime piece was gonna disappear, and classy, educated, money Jessica was gonna show up. So at this point is Jessica and Sean, Waka Flocka and Tammy, Carl and Lil Mo and Tiffany. So everybody goes in the house, still waiting on Fizz to show up. And they see the little liquor bottle. They got a club, a VIP club section set up for them, and all the little liquor bottles have different things that are pointed for each person. A hoe, a thought, you ain't no good, disrespectful, and downgrade goose and stuff like that. They renamed the liquor to suit the person who they know drinks that particular alcohol or that liquor. And while all this is going, Lil Fizz show up, which he does not want to be called Lil Fizz. He wants to be called Drew, he's a grown man. He wants to be called Drew. And he comes in, and the next thing, what took you so long? Now, this seems to us women, traffic. What the hell traffic got to do? If you knew what time we were supposed to be here, most women would think a man was given a allotted amount of time to leave to get to the place on time. Myself, I'm never late. I don't believe in CP time. I believe in being early for anything I have to do. So he was late. He was next to the last person to come in the house, actually. So the last couple to come in the house was Soulja Boy and Nia. And they have been together since they were 15 years old. Soulja Boy is 28 now. They've been doing this back and forth for 10 years. Soulja Boy wants to keep, he's scared of what the things that he done. He thinks Nia's gonna go out and do them. Now, like they said, their relationship has been on and off for 10 years. She has a child. As far as any of us know, Soulja Boy don't have any kids, but he has been out here thoughting around, trying to fight Chris Brown for some other woman and all this good stuff. So it's kind of hinky that he don't want her. He wants her to stay in the house. She can't go out with her girls, but he can go out and hang out with his boys the next morning. So anyway, so everybody's in the house, everybody's getting a little drink and all that good stuff. All of a sudden, the VIP section turns into a courtroom where you have Dr. Ish, Dr. V on either side of the bench, and you have Judge Lynn Toller. Judge Lynn Toller is on there the first thing they walk through the door. Judge Lynn Toller is there. So they bring up each couple as a defendant and a plaintiff to tell their side of the stories. So the first one they bring in is Lil Mo and Carl. Lil Mo, I do this, that. I'm the lawyer, I'm the doctor, I'm the teacher, I'm the preacher, I'm the mother, I'm the father, I'm do this. I do it all. He don't do a damn thing. He don't bring a damn thing in the house. He don't do nothing for me. He ain't nothing but a little bitch. He do what I tell him to do. This is how she talks to her husband in front of people he don't or she don't really know. This is how she talks to her husband. That is, I'm just sorry to say, I'm from the South. I know my mom and dad raised me to be an independent woman and to speak my mind. But you have to have a sense of respect for any and everybody, to how you treat them in front of people you don't know and do know. It's just certain things you don't do as a couple in front of everybody. And everybody sees that she does not respect him. She, in her interview, no, I don't respect him. What the hell I need to respect him for? He don't do nothing for me. He can't take care of me. He can't do this and he can't do that. And on Carl's interview, they asked him, do you think she respects you? Yeah, she respects me. I'm her husband. She don't respect him. Then she also has a problem with him having all these females calling him, inboxing him and everything else. And that's one thing to have them calling you, which it's kind of iffy. But When you have these same females come to your wife and show them your emails and your text messages and your conversations and that you're doing this and what all you said, yeah, she got a right to be mad to think you cheating. And that's what Mo thinks. He's out there cheating and he's not doing anything, and he's doing things that pissing her off. That's a little more problem. And they asked the other couples to give their opinion. Actually, Dre, who is Soulja Boy, his real name is Dre. Dre gave some good insight. He said, "I see your insecurities towards him, and you shouldn't be so insecure that a woman, anybody from the streets could come in here and tell you and show you something, and you take it for a word. You shouldn't be that insecure." Which is like the pot calling the kettle black, because he wants to keep Nia in the house 24/7, locked down in a cage. Tammy came in on Carl's behalf. She said, "You know, all these people in the street and on the internet knows you are Lil Mo's husband. Why would you want to go out here and give them access to you like that so they can come back and show your wife, hey, I can get access to your husband at any time? That's disrespectful. That's why she don't respect you." And which is insightful and something pot called the kettle black, because she's going back on the past of what Walker did, not by what he's doing. He's trying to amend and change his ways. He's trying to do what he should have been doing before. But they both gave good advice for themselves and who they was talking to. So the next couple called to the front was Sean and Jessica. Sean says, "She's too ratchet. I want to make her happy. I want to marry. I want to do what it is that she wants me to do to make her happy." Jessica, "I want to get married." Sean, "Well, I can't marry her being ratchet. The way she dressed sometimes is not above the collar. It's not classy. The way she acts sometimes is not classy. Her makeup is not classy." And you know what Jessica said? "You knew who I was when you married me. You know where we came from." And I'm sorry to say this. I'm going to say this right now. Just because you put a ring on somebody's finger don't mean they're going to, boom, change it to a classy, upscale, a silver spoon in your mouth person. You have to accept a person for where they are. Now, if it's not all the time, if it's something, she might get out of pocket sometimes, but he expects her to be classy at all times. Now, if it's certain occasion and you have to work with people, you have to meet people where they at. If she's a former stripper video vixen, meet her where she's at. She knows how to tone it down some. She might have to learn how to tone it down. You might have to get her a makeup artist and a makeup artist and somebody to help her with the clothes until she learns to do it on her own. But that's no reason not to marry this woman. He wants to be in complete control of who she is and who she is physically. This is not classic. You can't do that to people. No, you can't do that to people. You can expect them to grow. But in 2 years' time, you can't go from hood rat to classy either. That don't work. It don't work like that. It doesn't. So then we went to Little Fizz and Tiffany. Well, as he said, please call me Drew. They're not even in a relationship. They broke up for 2 months before. And their major problem is, he said, "I told her I wasn't ready for a commitment. I told her this. We were just going to do what we do, and it became more than what I was expecting." He said he's not introducing his son to no other woman until that is his wife, unless she's going to be his wife. He's not going to introduce no woman to his son like that. Tiffany said their number one problem is his baby mama. Baby mama's being involved in their relationship, even though he has custody of the child. The child's mother still trying to tell him who he can and can't be with, and all this other foolishness. They didn't go into all the details. But then again, Judge Lynn Toler asked the other participants what the problem is. And Tammy came out and said, "Drew, you knew the day you met her if she was going to be your wife or not. If she wasn't going to be your wife, if the one woman that you could see being your wife or being in your life for long term, why are you dragging her down through this? Why are you using her? Why are you making her go through all this drama for no reason? Which is a good, valid point. So then it was Walker and Tammy's turn. And Tammy's saying she's trying to forgive, but she can't forgive because it's like time she get over one thing, here comes, well, I used to do this, that, and the third. He'll tell on himself for what he used to do, not what he's doing, but for what he did. He's telling on himself for what he did. And when they did the pre-interview, oh man, I done dated white women, black women, old women, young women, because that's what I thought I was supposed to do as a boy. As that rapper boy, that's what I did, and that's what I was supposed to do. But I'm not doing that anymore. And Tammy stood there and said, well, Lord, well, my God, I found out more stuff now than I knew before. And you can't keep asking somebody to forgive you, and you keep throwing new stuff in on. You keep throwing up new information. Time they get over one set of information. Okay, guys, I'm trying to make this work out. I'm doing something. Okay. Okay, so so that's how that ended. So Judge Lynn, sorry about that. Judge Lynn excused them and told them to make the most of these next 10 days that they can to save their relationships, which I believe they really will. So then they had to separate into their rooms. So I'm gonna have to pick up my paper because of my notes right here. So when they had the different titles, at the end the women decided the titles in which they were gonna be assigned their rooms by. Well, Waka Flocka and Tammy was It Ain't All Gucci. And in their room, everything was broken. There was holes in the walls. It was stuff torn up because during a pre-interview, Tammy had admitted she had thrown vases and wine bottles and champagne bottles and everything else at Walker. And they always having to fix stuff up because they're just like on the outside it might look good, but the inside is bad. So that's what their title was, and that's what their room looked like. Little Mo and Carl room was the thought life, because Carl said once before he used to be a thought. He was out here thoughting these women. He was a thought. He was running around thought. And in their room, everything minimized Carl. They had a picture of a Mo, and she was like 10 feet tall. But he was this big, and it was like he was this big. This is Carl. And Lil Mo was this big, making him feeling diminishing him as a man. That's what their room was. Everything made, it was like everything was there for the posh life to make Mo feel big and achievable. And Carl he was there to be there. So Lil Fizz and Tiffany room has 3 beds, hot and cold, but it has 3 beds. They had 2 small single beds and 1 queen size bed for the third person in their relationship, which is Fizz's baby mama. They didn't show Jessica Dime and Sean's room. Really, they didn't show their room, but they showed the because, like I said, the show was only an hour long, and they didn't go into all the details about the different rooms. But Lil Fizz and Tiffany room name was 99 Problems Plus 1, which was the baby mama. Tiffany said the 99 Problems was the baby mama, and the plus 1 was the communication. Let me see. And Jessica Dime and Sean room was straight out of options, because either they're going to get married or they're going to separate and go about their business. And they said they love each other. They don't want to be without each other. It's just that Sean need to get over this idea she needs to be a classy woman now. She needs to change right now. And that's going to be their problem. And Soulja Boy and they didn't show Soulja Boy and Nia's room either. But their room, yes they did. It had a cage in it. Nia bed is in the cage. Soulja Boy room is the VIP. He's the superstar. He's this, that, and the other. She's in her room is a cage. Her half of the room is a cage where he could just lock her in and he go where the hell he want to go. And their relationship title was To the Left, where they either need to fix this for the last time or go on their own. Well, guys, I didn't realize this was going to be a 20-minute video, but hopefully I can keep this up. And like I said, Friday I will do another breakdown on the Love and Hip Hop Marriage Boot Camp. And until then, you guys keep being great and do whatever you do to make you happy. Bye now.